The 2-2. Popped up. Sandoval in foul territory. Giants win.
0-2. He's done it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Rivalry Sports Talk. I'm Alec, this is Frank, and we are going to talk about divisions today. And we're going to start off with the American League. And just so you know, we're going to start off who ended in last place in their division. We're going to start with them, and we're going to work our way up to the top. So first on our list in the AL East, we have the Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox ended in last place with a 78-84 record last season. That's 2 consecutive losing seasons for them. And actually, I'm surprised with the team they have. Ramirez, Sandoval, and Pedroia, Mookie Betts. They're a solid team on paper, but they didn't have the season everybody expected. But, Frank, I have a question. With those players in mind and signing Price and Kimbrel this season, or this offseason, do you think they have a chance in the future to be another World Series team like they were in 2013?
I do. I don't think it's going to be this year, though. I think you can't just build a team, obviously being a Dodger fan, you can't just build a team and then expect them to produce. I think it's going to take, I'm going to say probably 1 year. I think next year, look out, Red Sox were going to be in contention. But I do think they improved a lot with the signing of Price, trading for Kimbrel. If they can figure out what they want to do with Hanley, throw him at first base, if it actually works out, Sandoval comes back healthy at third with Jackie Bradley Jr., Mookie Betts out in that outfield. They have a lot of young talent, and I think they're gonna do fine. A lot better than last year. They upgraded their pitching, which is exactly what they needed, because last year they didn't have a problem scoring runs at all. That they ranked top 5 in almost every category of the American League, so that's pretty nice.
Well, I like the Red Sox. I'm gonna say I've been a fan of them for a while. With Sandoval there as an ex-Giant,
Yeah.
I hope he does well. But that man's got to lose weight. The Giants have been telling him that forever. You got to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I think once Ortiz is done, I believe he will be in that DH spot, and he's going to gain all the weight he wants and be as happy as he wants.
That's true. It's funny because I think Hanley's going to get thrown in that DH spot. I think Sandoval's defense is still better than Hanley's defense, just in general. So I think
that big boy can move.
He can, and they're saying actually. I watched a report on MLB Network. He's actually lost weight. Both of them. They're both physically fit. So much better than last year. Which is interesting.
Good. So now we just talked about the Red Sox. We're going to move on to the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, the Tampa Bay Rays, they finished in 4th place in the AL East last season, and they haven't won a division pennant since 2010, and that's when they went to the LDS League Division Series, and they lost. But they haven't had, their best record was in 2008, which was 97-65, and they went to the World Series, but lost to the Phillies 4-1, and Frank, what do you think about the Tampa Bay Rays?
It's hard to say, but I mean, obviously they have Longoria, Chris Archer as their leadoff, which is a great young guy.
Yes.
I think they're going to do okay this season. I don't see them making much of a playoff run, but they're a small market team. Their window's not there right now. I think might be there in a couple years. Mm-hmm. One interesting thing though is that the whole stadium issue, where they might actually move to a different part of Florida, mm-hmm. and you were saying something about Canada.
That's a small rumor I heard. It was a small rumor, and I'm not sure if they'll go to Canada, but I know they've looked at some places there, but they've looked at more areas in Florida. So, but it's not a for sure thing if they're going to move. It's just a new stadium, not a new name in Florida, just a new stadium in Florida.
Yeah, they do have the lowest attendance in MLB. So,
well, when you do that bad.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
All right. So, go ahead.
So I was saying with that, we move on to the Baltimore Orioles.
Yes, the Baltimore Orioles finishing in 3rd place in the AL East last season with an 81-81 record. And last time they made playoffs was 2014. They made it to the American League Championship Series, but they got swept by the Royals. And what's funny about this year with no Chen, it's basically all hitting and no pitching.
Yeah, and that's the big question going to be surrounding the Orioles, whether they do go out and sign somebody like a Giovanni Gallardo or like Cliff Lee, somebody like that. But yeah, I mean they got back Chris Davis. They re-signed their all-star reliever Darren O'Day, and it's just how is their pitching going to line up against teams like the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays, some that have such power bats.
I think if they can score early, when you got Manny Machado, Adam Jones, and then now you have Chris Davis again, if you can score early, I think they will win more games than they did last season. But
yeah,
it's a toss-up.
Yeah, and they do have a stronger, obviously, bullpen than they do starting rotation. So I don't know. I think the Orioles will be fine. I just think they need to add one more starting pitching prospect somewhere, whether it's via trade or via free agency.
Yeah. So now that we just talked about the Orioles, we're going to move on to the New York Yankees. All right, the Yankees. The Yankees ended in second place last year in the AL East with an 87-75 record, and they made it to the wild card, but unfortunately lost to the Houston Astros. And I believe with the Yankees, who they have, like Rodriguez and Teixeira, if they stay healthy, they will have a good season with the additions of Aroldis Chapman and Starlin Castro. So, Frank, what do you think about the Yankees?
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going to have a great year this year. I could see them. The main question is health. Will Teixeira come back the same guy he is? Will Rodriguez have the amazing year he had last year? I mean, he came back. Nobody really knew what was going to happen with him. And then the problem I have with the Yankees, great additions, Castro and Chapman, but their starting rotation, is CC going to come back? The CC Sabathia, we would know. I just don't think their starting rotation is going to hold up as well as everybody thinks it's going to. But I mean, other than that, they made great additions this year. I think they're going to have a fine year.
I agree with you on the pitching part. CC, we all wonder if he's going to come back like we all know he can be. But they have one of the weakest rotations in the NL East, which is sad. But still, you got all that hitting, and you have good fielding, and then you have great fans, which really do help out a team.
And I mean, obviously, we saw it in the wild card. Tanaka, great pitcher, but he's not. Obviously, he can't handle one game pressure. I don't even remember the score of the Astros, but it wasn't pretty. So, but I mean, I don't know. It's up in the. I think it'll be up in the air this year. It'll be interesting to watch what happens with the Yankees.
With the Blue Jays, and that's who we have next, who won the division last year, the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, the Blue Jays ending up first place in the AL East last year with a 93-69 record. Going to the ALCS, but losing to the Royals 4-2 in that series. And many questions now since Price has gone to the Red Sox. They're wondering, are they going to go downhill since losing their best pitcher?
And I don't think so. I mean, they have Stroman, they still have R.A. Dickey. They just got Chavez from the A's, and then they re-signed Happ. So I think their rotation's actually going to be quite fine. Plus, with the addition of Stroman in that back end of the bullpen with Ozuna, I think the Blue Jays are actually going to be pretty good this season. They haven't lost anything offensively. They still have one of the best offensive lineups in my opinion. Donaldson, Bautista. I mean, and it's just they still have Tulo.
Yeah.
So
and then also Encarnacion.
So I mean, there's definitely going to be plenty of bat flips in Toronto this year. That's no question. So I think Toronto's going to be fine.
I agree.
I think they will. I think they're going to have a great year. As far as the pitching, I don't think that's going to be a concern. Price is a great pitcher, but I think they have
with the season he had last year,
with the season.
But then it came playoff time.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we'll see. I think their pitching is going to be fine. I think the Blue Jays are going to have a great season.
All right, sweet. All right, guys, this brings us to a segment that we are going to start right here today, and it's called Prediction Time! Yes, prediction time. All right, so this is where we're going to do our predictions, and since we're talking about divisions right now, we are going to make our prediction at who ends at the top of their division and who ends at the bottom.
Yes, and I want to make this a little interesting. Let's make this into a game. So, how this is going to work out is if we place our team in the right spot of how they finish at the end of the year, we're going to make that worth 1 point. If we get a playoff team right, we're going to make that worth 2 points. And if we guess the division champion, that's going to be 3 points. And we're going to calculate it all up. We're going to do all of our divisions, 1 through 6, and we'll see who wins at the end of the year. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right.
So in the AL East, last place, I got the Tampa Bay Rays. I just don't think they have what it takes to be in any other place in the AL East. The only big names they have are Evan Longoria and Chris Archer. So now in fourth place, I have the Baltimore Orioles. Some of you may disagree, but that's where I put them. Yes, you have great hitting, but you don't have any pitching. So in third place, I have the Boston Red Sox. I believe they're going to have a better season than last year with all the new players they added last season. Maybe the team chemistry wasn't there, and they just built on it in last season and this off season. And with Price, it's going to really help the Red Sox. And the Yankees, they had a really good year last year, and I think they're going to feed off that. And with Castro, Rodriguez, and Teixeira, they're going to do great. In the Toronto Blue Jays, I have in first, Donaldson, Encarnacion, Tulo, and Bautista. It's just a great hitting lineup, and I think they're untouchable. So that's my prediction for the AL East.
All right, now it's my turn. I agree with you. I do have Tampa in the last spot. Tampa's good, but I just don't see them as much of a contender in this division. Baltimore, like I said, great hitting, but not having pitching in this division is really going to kill them. I have New York in third. I see problems with their starting rotation. I don't think that they're going to be able to contend with Boston, Toronto, and I have actually Boston in second. I love their addition. I just don't think they're enough to overcome the Toronto Blue Jays, which I have as my very, very top spot. I just think that they have one of the best lineups in the whole AL East. So we do differ with Boston, New York, but otherwise, I think our predictions are pretty spot on.
It's going to be a good match.
It's going to be, this will be interesting. All right, guys, and that's going to do it for us today. We just broke down the AL East. We made our predictions on where we think all these teams are going to land. On next episode, we're going to be covering the AL Central. We're going to break down every team for you guys. We're going to be making our predictions for there. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Comment, do you guys think we're right? Do you think we're dead wrong? Drop a comment down below. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and hopefully we will see you next time. And as always, respect the rivalry, and we'll talk to you guys later. I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright. What the fuck happened to my throat? I don't know what the fuck happened. I was trying to swallow and it wouldn't fucking go down.
Whoa.
I got 2 bloopers in one day.